We're going to go ahead and get started with our business meeting. Today's date is June 24, 2025. The time is 2 p.m. In attendance are Commissioners Eberline, Duncan, and Matari. I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we will begin with a moment of silence. Okay, next up is the pledge. Deputy Goodman, would you lead us in that, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. Public comment? Hearing none. Next is meeting minutes. I'll take a motion.
Five. Okay. I approve item 1, approve meeting minutes, 05/27/2025, Commissioner's status data minutes. Number 2, 06/12/2025, community development minutes.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Consent calendar.
I move that we approve the consent calendar items 3 through 6.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. And payables.
I move that we approve the payables for the week of June 16th through the 20th, 2025, in the amount of $3,241,950.64. No jury panel payments.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next up, our business. Our first business item, number 8. Pass-through funds recipient agreement. This is with the Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections and our Juvenile Detention. And we have Director Eric Sheffield here.
Thank you, Commissioner. So I'm here to request approval for our clinician program annual agreement with the Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections. Approving this agreement will provide $100,000 in state funds to financially support clinician services for the Juvenile Detention Center. Legal has reviewed this agreement.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the pass-through funds recipient agreement with Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections and our Juvenile Detention Center.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Next up, item 9, facility use agreement, Northern Lakes Fire District. It's an extension amendment C with our airport. And do we have Kim Stevenson on the line?
Yes, Commissioners, good afternoon. Kim Stevenson with the airport for the record. We are requesting your approval on the facility use agreement. This is the third amendment to the agreement with Northern Lakes Fire Protection District and the use of our ARF station. And this agreement, we're requesting be extended until the end of June in 2030 because of the success of the district being situated in that building, and it's been mutually beneficial for the district and the county, the airport as well.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the facility use agreement with Northern Lakes Fire District, extending Amendment C and then at the airport.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, item 10, land use IDL agreement number 25-703. This is with the Idaho Department of Lands at the west ramp of our airport, and Kim Stevenson again.
Kim Stevenson again. This is a ramp agreement for the Idaho Department of Lands for our west ramp for the fire season this year. We've not had an agreement with the IDL specifically until this year, and so we modeled it from our Forest Service contract agreement that we have had in place for several years. It has a weekly rate for ramp space, plus a per aircraft per night rate that will be paid to us. The period of performance is June 25th through October 20th, and currently would be 5 aircraft, fire boss and helicopters, and county legal has reviewed and the state legal has reviewed.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the land use IDL agreement 25-703, which is with the Idaho Department of Lands for the rental of the west ramp and the airport.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, board approval request, National Night Out Agreement and City Event Application. This is with the Sheriff's Office, and we have Deputy Doug Goodman to present that. And you want to be able to hit the little button there so the light turns green. There you go.
Okay. So we're just looking for approval of the National Night Out support agreement. I've run it by legal. I know that the board's going to be asking for insurance from the vendors, so I've been briefed on that. I think you guys have a copy of the agreement.
Do.
We do have an agreement. I presume it's the updated agreement, but we do have one. And I believe the vendors have to show proof of insurance.
Yes, sir. That's one of the caveats of the approval.
And then I think they were using a standard vendor agreement like we have at the fair, something like that.
Yeah, that's the template that we were going to use.
Yeah, so the i's should be dotted, the t's crossed on this one, right? Okay. Any questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the National Night Out Agreement and the city event application pending all the vendor agreements being signed.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Next up, item 12, board approval request. It's a quote for DeVries Moving and Storage. This is with our Building and Grounds, and we have our Director, Jeff Fuller, here.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I briefed you on this morning in the status update meeting, but this is a proposal to use the DeVries Moving Company to assist us with the move for the departments that will be moving into the new Justice Building.
Thank you. Questions? Motion?
Board approval request, quote, DeVries Moving and Storage, Building and Grounds action.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, item 13. This is a grant application with our Historic Preservation Commission, Community Enhancement, Idaho State Historic Preservation Office, in the amount of $2,500, and there's no match requirement, and we have Courtney Beebe here.
Hello, thank you. Just to correct one item on that, it's with the Idaho State Historical Society, which is the nonprofit foundation of which we do have a trustee from North Idaho serving on their board. The community enhancement grants are from state funds that are set aside each year to allow local communities to apply to enhance their communities by highlighting their history. As you are aware, we have budgeted for the fiscal year coming up $5,000 for a photograph exhibit for the Justice Center. So this grant, we would like to apply for $2,500 and then use our $5,000. That's the match. So when we say there's no match requirement, either way we've asked for the budget to be approved in that amount. This extra $2,500 would just be on top of that. So when we submit the application, it will show that we have a $5,000 project. We're asking for a $2,500 grant. There's no federal funds involved in this. This is just from the Idaho State Historical Society.
Any questions?
Just about auditor's time on the auditor side. Is that? Okay.
Yeah, and because it listed Historic Preservation Office, is that going to be an issue, Dave, with Historical Society on the grant?
And it's an application too. It's not even the
No?
award.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So I can clarify that. So both the Idaho State Historical Society and the Preservation Office use the same grant submission program. It's online. So we fill the application out online, we give it to Leanna, and it goes to whoever it is at the Historical Society that makes the decision. But it's the same. It's the same grant submission form.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a matter of them noticing, that's all.
Okay.
So if there's no other questions, I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve the grant application for our Historic Preservation Commission and the Idaho State Historical Society for the $2,500 no match requirement grant.
Second.
Commissioner Eberline?
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan?
Aye.
Chair Matari?
Aye, motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your support again.
Next up is item 14. This is a hiring agreement with Fields Howell LLP and the BOCC, and we have Commissioner Duncan.
So a few months ago, the Sheriff's Department came forward asking for a outside counsel to look at a lease for the helicopter. So we want to make sure that we're dotting all of our i's, crossing our t's with insurance and the operation of the helicopter that is owned by an LLC. So we finally were able to get a hold of a very high reputable law firm back east, and they are willing to engage with us. Because of that necessity, we have no aviation experts in-house, so we need outside counsel to craft a lease that will be able to be presented to insurance, so we can see how much insurance would cost to make sure our deputies are covered when they are on board. And they have not spent the $10,000 that goes towards the helicopter program each year, and it looks like we have about a $4,500 fee estimate, and if it goes over that, the board would be notified before money is spent.
Any questions? Commissioner Eberline.
I'm not so keen on this hiring agreement with the helicopter. I don't think it's necessary for Kootenai County.
Is that the agreement itself or the helicopter?
Both.
I mean, I think that if you're going to engage in a contract that has to do with anything that's aeronautical, we probably should have at least someone that's specialized in that. The only thing that stands out with me on this is, one, are all the parties who will be involved in this, are they aware of the basic details so that we don't spend the money with an attorney to draft a document and then give it to them and then say, here, you got to sign this, right? And they have no idea that, you know, conceptually everyone's in agreement, and now the attorney's putting that into, you know, writing.
Yes, we had our counsel here, we had Sheriff's Office, we had ICRIMP, and we had the ICRIMP, whatever their next level is, person on the phone to all be on the same page.
Yeah. And then the only other thing, which I'm just going to say it just for people's benefit, and is that the helicopter is funded completely with donations. And the $10,000 that we spend is $10,000 we were given to Spokane County to utilize their helicopter. And I'm not for us spending a penny more on something like that, but it is net neutral. as far as the revenues go, or expenses.
There's a lot of people in the county that don't see this as a good thing.
Yeah, well, I guess the thing about it is, the part that disappoints me is that we're now big enough where, a helicopter is even, seen as a need.
It's a cool thing.
I like it when it's a small community and we don't need a helicopter, I've lived in cities where, the helicopter has a reference. It's always flying over you, chasing somebody.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time hanging around helicopters,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a certain amount of time where it either needs to prove itself or it may not go any further.
And so just committing today would be the amount of the lease. When the lease comes back and we can then get a quote from insurance, then we can contemplate if we want to enter into the lease, knowing how much the insurance is going to cost and where that is coming from. Because they do have the ability, let's just say that a lot of people want to donate to this program, so I don't think that they're going to have trouble coming up with the amount of insurance that will be required.
Is there consideration in the lease, do you know?
Not at this point.
But it has to have something in order for it to be, meaningful, right? I mean, it can't just be zero
I'm
consideration.
not a lawyer, so I don't know. We'll see when we get back. I heard, the possibility of $1, but I don't know,
Yeah, okay.
that's why we got the expert involved.
All right, well, I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve the hiring agreement for Fields Howell LLP due to the necessity of needing outside expertise counsel in aviation.
Do we get a second here? No? Well, just so we can understand what the true cost is, I'm okay with this, so I will second it.
Commissioner Eberline,
Nay.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chair Matari.
Aye, motion carries. Next up, public comment. Hearing none, 2:17, meeting adjourned. Thank you.